What's going on, guys? It's Noah here with Custom RC Mods, back with another video for you guys. And today we're doing the second video in the repair series. If you didn't watch the first video, we actually just repaired this FT Mighty Mini Arrow right here. It was split right down the center, and we just used some popsicle sticks and tape and a little bit of hot glue and some other common materials to make this thing very, very strong and flyable again. I actually just posted the maiden flight after the repair video. It's quite interesting. I do highly recommend you go check it out after watching this video. But yeah, I'll have that link down in the description below, as well as the original video to this and a playlist if you want to see them both, and any other future repairs that I do. But today we're going to be focusing on the FT Simple Scout. And this one I actually just crashed on a brownout, just like the Arrow. It's the same different thing. It's with the junk receivers that I use. It's kind of just what you get if you are going to use some of these receivers that are knockoffs. They're not going to bind perfectly and work all the time with my Spectrum radio. So if you want to use something that's going to be reliable, definitely go for a genuine Spectrum receiver. However, these are under half the price, and I think, especially when you're just flying around $2 of foam, it doesn't really matter to me. So it's just a choice that you make. But we've got the Scout here on the workbench, and you can see that the wing is completely loose. The fuselage is coming apart. But other than that, I've tested all my electronics, and all my servos, all four of them do work, as well as my motor. There's no bent motor shaft or anything like that. I ended up breaking a prop, but that's the extent of the permanent damage. Today we're just going to be using a simple method that I used in my last video. We're going to be using some popsicle sticks as splints, so kind of like if you break your leg, and you can just put a splint around it to kind of hold that bone in place. We're going to be doing that with the fuselage here, and then we're going to tape over any other areas just for additional support, and we're just going to hot glue everything on, and it's going to be all good. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take about 6 popsicle sticks I've estimated for this process, and we're going to just put them over the cracks in the fuselage. So you want to kind of bend it all back into place just as it is. That's kind of self-explanatory at this point, but we're going to put like 1 right here, 2 on the underside, and then 1 towards the back. Just anywhere that there's a bend or the foam is kind of broken in a sense, you're going to go ahead and put a popsicle stick over that, and that's going to be the first step of this fix. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Alright, so I've basically just put 9 popsicle sticks all over this thing, and basically any place that there was a stress mark or a crack or a break in the foam, I went ahead and put a popsicle stick over that ridge that will kind of negate the weakness of the foam there. So yeah, it's going to add a little bit of weight to it, and if you're counting ounces, you might as well just, rebuild the entire plane anyway, but this is going to get you by in a pinch, and you can see already this fuselage is a lot stronger than it was. But now we have to address this wing situation. The wing is all over the place, and we need to go ahead and glue it down. So I'm just going to do 4 stripes of glue, 1, 2, and then 3, 4 on the corners of the wing. Should always make sure to re-square your wing with the fuselage so that you get the best results possible. Of course, that pretty much goes without saying. And make sure your wing is straight with the elevator. Alright, so as you can see here, the plane has been fused back together. The wing is back onto the fuselage, and it's really, really sturdy. The only thing that we have left to do is just address some of the other cracks in little areas that we created. Like you can see right here, there's a wide open spot where the wing slid forward and ate into the foam right here, that we want to make sure that the wing doesn't do that again if it breaks or gets loose. So what I'm going to use for that is just some of this tape like I used in the Arrow build. I actually went crazy on the tape there. We're just going to use a little bit less this time and just tape over these problem areas. I'm going to do 1 in the front and 1 in the back just to kind of lock the wing in place and secure those old wrinkles in the foam. And hopefully that should seal the deal for this plane. So I'm just going to use 2 pieces of tape that are about 8 inches long. We don't want to use too much because then we're just adding unnecessary weight. But overall, it should just make it a little bit stronger, and it's a nice finishing touch to the repair. Alright, so now with that complete, this plane is pretty much airworthy. I'm going to do one last test. Let's go ahead and turn on the radio, and I'm going to fire this plane up. Looks like the motor is primed. We've got our ailerons. My servo's a little finicky. Let's see, we got my flaperons going as well. And elevator is intact, as well as the rudder. So it looks like we're pretty much good to go with this plane for right now, but the only thing I'm going to check for now is just any little servo faults. Like if I unplug this plane right now, you can see that this servo right here goes loose, which really is a problem in the long run. I'm kind of questioning the strength, but when it's flying, I guess it works for right now, but we'll investigate that further. But other places that might be a problem, you want to check your motor mounting scenario, especially on these ones that have just a glued in mount. If you didn't tape over your power pod, you might have an issue there, and that's going to obviously cause a ruckus when you're flying and the propeller flies off, motor flies off, and eats into the rest of your plane. Obviously, you're going to crash again. That's not going to be good. But other than that, I think this plane is all ready to go. So yeah, that's pretty much how you're going to repair a FT Scout or other planes like this that usually when you crash, the wing is going to get all out of shape and the fuselage is going to get cracked and things like that. So that's a pretty reliable method to use that I use often. I always just have a big thing of popsicle sticks and my hot glue ready whenever I come home with a crashed plane. So yeah, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to stay tuned with everything going on in the Custom RC Mods world, go ahead and follow me on Instagram at Custom RC Mods Official. I always post bonus content and other updates there. So yeah, it's a good thing to do if you want to stay tuned with what's going on. Anyway, catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.